Do you feel as though you're almost at burnout? You've got high levels of stress and anxiety. You're struggling to fall asleep every night because you've got such a long to-do list. And instead you lay there wishing that you had focus, that you were an inspirational early educator, and you were doing a job that you loved while making a huge impact. That used to be me. And then one day, after traveling around Scandinavia, I had an aha moment and I realized that it didn't have to be like that. My days didn't have to be at such a fast pace, rushing from one activity to the next, never getting to know my children, having a lunch date with the laminator, creating provision that ticked a box, but it didn't actually meet the needs of my children. So I began to make some changes. So I began to remove all the clutter from my provision and instead go for a more homely feel, adding plants, creating little cozy nooks that children could sit in and share stories together. I removed all of the laminated signs that had just become wallpaper, and that instantly made me feel better. Gone were the migraines. We also made some changes to our daily routine as well, just slowing everything down, tweaking our planning, making sure it was more relevant and responsive to the children and what they were fascinated in. And all of this was making a huge impact on me and my well-being. I got my Sunday afternoons back. I didn't have to spend time on my laptop typing away. Instead, I wasn't wasting my time and I had more freedom because what I was doing was relevant. And these changes were having a massive impact on my children as well. I found that we were making relationships with the children, which was improving their behaviour. We were dressing our provision around their interests, so we were getting high levels of engagement. And also our data at the end of the year was fabulous. We were making huge impact. And now I'm finding that the educators that I'm working with day to day are making these transformations in their practice as well. Take Janine, for example. She inherited a cluttered environment, which was so overbearing on the senses. But then she took part in my training and she started to change the whole area, creating flexible seating provision so that children could actually eat their lunch together as a family. And then there's Emma. Emma's team had been feeling so bogged down with all the paperwork, and it was taking the time away from the children. As a result of my training, she found that her team were more empowered to go with the children's interests. They wanted to come to work so that they could set up invitations to play around what they'd observed. They wanted to be at work. They enjoyed coming in. Now, if you're still listening to me, I'm going to give you one tip of something that you can try today that's going to make a change to the way your environment works. Stand back in your provision with a notepad and for about 20 minutes, make a note of every time a child comes up to you and asks you a question. It's going to give you a really good indication as to how your environment is set up from a child's eye. So if children are asking you for things like, where are the scissors, where are the pencils? That's going to show me that actually your environment isn't set up to maximise levels of independence. Maybe you've got children that are all squabbling and falling out in your sand area. That's going to make you think, is the area big enough for all the children that want to play here? Have we got enough resources? Now, as you're here with me now and you're still listening, well done. Hopefully you're beginning to see what my core values are and the types of things that I stand for within my practice. And you're probably here today because you're thinking that you need a little bit of support or guidance with what you're doing. You're wanting to make a change. Now, most likely you're going to look at investing your money and your time into somebody's services. And I would really love it if that could be me. You might decide to invest with somebody else, but they might not care as much as I do. They might not have been there themselves, been through challenging times and got through it, just like I have. So if you're ready to move your provision and your practice to that next level, choose me, pick me. I want to help you. I want to be part of your journey. And after our first lesson together, you're going to see just how easy it is to create purposeful and inspirational provision, which is going to instantly lead to higher levels of engagement with your children, improving their behaviour, improving your data, making you feel empowered that you're making an impact. And then at the end of lesson 2, you're going to learn about stress and anxiety, and you're going to know how you can support that in yourself, in your children, and in your team. Learning from an early educator that's been there, that's been through those challenging circumstances and got through it. And what's more is I'm going to give you a bonus. If you sign up today, I'm going to give you immediate access to my module, which is all about creating more joy and happiness in your life. Now, I've spent a lot of time working on this training, but if it doesn't quite fit you and if it's not quite for you, then I'll gladly refund you. And I do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So that's there for you as well if you need it. Now, if you're ready to take your provision and your practice to that next level, doing what you've always done is not going to make that change. You need to do something different. And that thing that's different is signing up to the Members Hub. Looking at your provision with a fresh set of eyes and thinking about how it's impacting on your practice. So I'd love it if you could sign up today by following and clicking on the link below.